Now, Pro Football Focus put this article up this morning, and they were talking about the Browns' biggest needs at the beginning of free agency versus where they're at currently. Now, originally, obviously, they had wide receiver, but after adding Amari Cooper and Jakeem Grant, at least gives them options at the wide receiver position. Could add more here via free agency as well, but they also add in that now it's nose tackle. Now, they don't foresee that Andrew Berry's going to go that early on, but could add somebody in later on in the draft. Now, Hayden, my question for you here is that because I feel like nose tackle in particular, like I don't think that that's the big need. I think the big need is overall a defensive tackle, because you are the only two that you had on going into free agency was you had Tommy Togiai and you had Jordan Elliott, and you've only added Taven Bryant, who was a bit of a flameout when it came to Jacksonville. He ended up signing here as well for 1 year, $5 million max. But for you, would you rather go ahead and draft somebody at defensive tackle to address that need, or would you rather try to attack that via free agency, now that you have everything else going on with the team?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there are some good options out there. Fletcher Cox just got released. I think Eddie Goldman's still out there. There's still some very good options as defensive tackle. So I think that, if the Browns wanted to go for the defensive line at number 13, I'd be okay with that. I think now, however, now that their number 13 is gone, actually, sorry, I apologize. Keep forgetting that this trade happened. Yeah, I think now you got to look at all options. Garrett Wilson's off the table. All these guys at number 13 are off the table. You can look at everything. Just look at best player available now. That's all I think that matters is look at best player available. Whenever that may be in the draft, just it is what it is. The draft is no longer an issue. The draft is not a thing in Cleveland anymore. It's no longer about the draft because you don't have picks anymore. You don't have that need to go, get guys to start right away. I think now it is about free agency. Now you are becoming the Los Angeles Rams. Now you do have to go over the big names, after the big time talents. You've got to try to be a free agent destination. And no matter your thoughts on Deshaun Watson, if you're going to go forward with him, you got to act like you're a Super Bowl contender. You got to go act like you're going to win the whole thing. So I think that absolutely you got to just go for it. Be it that in free agency, be that in trades. We're not worried about the draft. The draft in Cleveland is over. It's done. For the next probably for the next 10 years if Deshaun Watson stays here. The draft in Cleveland no longer matters. It's not a thing anymore. So move on, move past it, and maybe the Browns will find a way to, become that Super Bowl contender and get those big pieces through the draft, through free agency, through trades that they need to supplement this team.